In the previous lesson, we saw how we can get more assets and nodes, tool geometry nodes, um, ready-made scenes from Blender Kit and also from other add-ons. For example, here we discover Polygon, Angon, and many others. And we saw that we can get these from Superhive, which was before the Blender market. Now it's called the Superhive. And so that's another source where we can get stuff and we can open it, we can study it, and we can eventually get better with geometry nodes, which are pretty complex. We also saw that we have like particles, animations, and all sorts of procedural effects and tools in here. This is Blender Kit, by the way. And so we can take advantage of these. We can open them. We can copy and paste nodes that we like and things like that. So in the previous video, I also create a really simple animation. So we saw we can animate things with using geometry nodes. And also I can bake still frames and animations, which is a sequence of frame, to make things a little bit less heavy here in the representation, in the 3D viewport and in general. And so in this video, we're gonna continue with other basic stuff about geometry nodes. So I wanna create a new scene. Let's start from scratch. And this is gonna be our lesson 11. And please join the channel if you want to stay updated and support us by joining the channel as a supporter if you want to help us create more videos. So I want to delete this cube and let's add the monkey head here. Okay. So I'm gonna go to geometry node and let's create a new. So what are gizmos? Well, gizmos are visual aids that can help you do stuff with your objects in the scene. And we have a perfect example with the toolbar here on the left side. So for example, here we have the move gizmo, which are a series of arrows that can help us move around the object. And then we have rotation, and then we have scale. And we also have like all of them at once. So these are the basic gizmos or the basic transform operations. And we can create our own gizmos using geometry nodes. And we're gonna start with the simple ones, which again are about transforming. So if I go to add and input, we saw a little bit of the constant input, and then we saw the group, the import, the scene. We saw like the object and the time. So we're gonna go here, Gizmo, dial Gizmo. Then we have, well, we can also do Shift A as we know, and just search for Gizmo. Then we have linear Gizmo, and then we have transport Gizmo. So let's see what they do. And the first thing we need to understand is that this one is basically sharing this value parameter here with our object, and also that they appear in different ways. So you can see this is the linear gizmo, that's the dial gizmo, and that's the transform gizmo. Now the linear gizmo, let's start with this, is probably the simplest and the one maybe you want to use the most. And you can also activate here the visualization of the gizmo, or you can deactivate, so it's only going to be visible when I click on the node. And also you can manage a little bit the gizmos by expanding here the sidebar, selecting the node, and then go to the node section. So here you can change, for example, the way this is visualized. Like it could be like a cross or a box or arrow, and here you can also change like the color, and also here you can change the way it looks, and also what you can do with that. So if, let's say we're gonna go to transport the gizmo, you can deactivate some of these features here, so you're only gonna see the scale in this case. So you can customize them just a little. Of course, you can customize the entire node by changing the color here if you want. Okay, so let's start with the linear gizmo. And the most important thing is that you set up a value. So if you click and drag this out, we can put a value, which could be also like generic value like this. And you see it contains two wires, two links. So one is outputting, one is inputting. So it's kind of an exchange of information real time. Now position and direction, this is about where you want to position that specific gizmo and how you want to direct it. And so in this case, I just want to keep it as it is. And by the way, here we can also reset the node as it was at the beginning if you think you mess things too much. Okay, now this value, where does it go? Well, it needs to go somewhere that affects this geometry here. So let's add a transform node, or in this case, we want something like really simple, like we want to move it. So you can search for move, but you won't find anything. You can search for position, and this is where you can work with that. So you can geometry right set position. Okay, so with this, we're going to influence that position, set position. And so the position is where the object is right now. The offset is where we want to move it. So let's say we want to move it using this value here. I can put this value inside the offset. So if I click here and drag, you can see it's affecting the movement, or in this case, the position of this monkey head. And it's going in 3 dimensions. It's going on the x, the epsilon, and the z positive direction. So it's going to the right, it's going to the back, and it's going up. So it's using 3 dimensions, like we did also in the previous video. But what if you want to constrain this to move only on one direction? So let's unplug this and click this and drag it out. And we can combine the information like this. And we can say, okay, I don't want to consider x and epsilon. I only want to consider z. So I want to put this into the z only. So now when I click and drag, you can see this is going up and down. By the way, I want to like deactivate the transform right now because it's getting in the way. So I'm going to use the select so you can only see the gizmo we're using, which is this yellow arrow. Now, since this value here that we can change from here, it's also connected to the value socket in the linear gizmo. This is going to affect, this gizmo is going to affect the way that this object is positioned. And since this is already linked using the value, if I click and drag, you can see that it's going to affect the position of that monkey head. But every time the arrow goes back into the original position. So this position here could be fixed or could be also following the object that we are moving. So in that case, we can get the position from that object. So I can, with the same value, I can move, I can offset the monkey here, but also our gizmo as well. So if I put this vector here in the position, now you can see that it's following the object. So now it sticks to the object because they share the same modifying value of the modified position.